All right, so welcome everyone to the 2024-25 Boys All Long Island Game Committed virtual draft. I'm your host tonight, Ellis Joshua, and just a little bit about how the draft is going to take place. So we have designated captains by position for the two teams for the All Long Island games, and the captains will be selecting their teammates, both starters and reserves, by position. So we're going to start off with our attack captains. They'll come on, they'll select their starters, followed by their reserves, and then we'll transition to midfield, starters, reserves, followed by defense, and then goalies. So that's how the process is going to work tonight. So we're going to get started with our attack. And so we'll welcome on our first captain at attack. We actually have co-captains for this team. So our first captain at attack is going to be Liam Curtius, the Shoreham Wading River Wildcat, soon to be Duke Blue Devil. So we got Liam up on the screen here. Liam, how's it going here this evening?
Doing good. I'm excited to get this draft going.
Awesome. Definitely happy to have you part of this draft. Liam, of course, wrapping up just a tremendous high school career for the Wildcats. Just a phenomenal ex-attackman. He is just super shifty. He can score. He can distribute at such a supreme level. And Liam, looking forward to seeing you and what you do in your collegiate career playing for Duke. So just want to say that first and foremost.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now joining Liam as a captain as well on attack, we have Dylan Martini out of Wantagh. So we have the Wantagh Warrior, soon to be U-Albany commit. We got Dylan, who's on the screen now. Dylan in the 25 class. Dylan, how's it going here this evening?
It's going good. It's going good.
Definitely glad to have you on board here. So we got Dylan and we got Liam. So they will be picking their attack unit for their team. Now, we do want to mention our other captain, who unfortunately cannot be here this evening due to a team awards dinner, but we do want to give him some love and just acknowledge that he was selected as a captain, and that would be Lucas LaForge, the Mount Sinai Mustang, soon to be heading to Michigan to play for the Wolverines. So we got Lucas LaForge. We got his graphic up here. Again, Lucas unfortunately could not be here tonight, but he did actually say some of the guys that he would like to play with if possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the draft process, and we'll try to have some of Lucas's guys selected, at least from his starting lineup, that he would like to play with, if those guys are still available to him. So what we'll do, since we have you guys up on the screen here, Liam and Dylan, starting off with the attack for your team, you guys will pick. So starting with your first starting attackman, we'll just go that way. And what we'll do is we'll just alternate for this process, just because Lucas is not here. So you guys make up two of the three starting attackmen. So you guys really just have to pick one more attackman at first for the starters. So who's going, if you guys have collaborated or may have thought it over, not sure if you guys really had a chance to discuss, but getting a chance to kind of look at who you have available at attack. Who would be that third guy that you would like to play with to make up your starting trio?
Yeah, so me and Dylan actually have not talked at all, but what I think would be a great candidate for our team is Owen West from Southside. He's got a great shot, and he's really good inside. So, Dylan, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I agree. West, he had a good game against us when we played him earlier in the season. It's a great shot. He could attack from multiple different levels, so I would agree there.
All right, let's lock that in.
Yeah, so Owen West, the Southside Cyclone, and yeah, Dylan, of course, I'm sure you have familiarity with him playing against him in Nassau County in the Power Conference, and Owen West, definitely an integral part of Southside's success, and their season's still alive, actually, as they just won the Class B Long Island Championship just yesterday. So congrats to Owen. So we have Owen West as the first attackman selected. So now what we'll do now is I'll now make the pick, as I do have some information on some of the guys that Lucas would like to play with. So Owen West was actually one of his guys. So he's off the board. So sorry about that, Lucas. But I'll go with another guy that you did have in mind, and that would be Carson Turricini. So Turricini out of Connecticut, Turricini the 25, and he's now going to be playing with Lucas Ford. So we got Tirasini up here, and he's had a couple of big seasons for the T-Birds, his junior year and also going back to his sophomore year. Someone that I think is like super shifty and also really good with playing with the guys around him. Someone that I think really just kind of helped make that Connect Quad offense really explosive the last couple years. So we got Tirasini. He'll be playing with Lucas as one of his attackmen. And since, again, you guys already make up your 3 trio of starters, I'll now pick for Lucas once again, just to give him his third guy that will be playing with him. And that would be Jared Beschel out of Manhasset. So Jared Beschel, he'll be teaming up with both LaForge and Tirasini to make up their starting lineup at attack. So Beschel, the Holy Cross commit, playing for one of the most storied programs on the island and in the nation in Manhasset, a perennial contender. So we got Beschel to make up that starting trio for what will be LaForge, Tirasini, and Jared Beschel going up against Curtius, Martini, and Owen West. So that's going to be our starting trio for each respective teams at attack. So the attack is all set. And now what we're going to do is first just want to thank you guys for being a part of the attack selection. And we're going to have you guys go back into the waiting room. And then we're going to bring on our midfielders coming up next to make their selections, both starters and reserves. So thank you guys, and just hang tight, and we'll bring you back on at the conclusion.
That's good. Thank you.
All right. So we have our attack all set. So now what we're going to do is we're going to transition to the midfield. And so we're going to bring on our midfield captain so they can select their starters. So the first captain that we would like to introduce, he hails from the Chaminade Flyers, and he is committed to Lehigh. He is a 2024, and that would be one Peter DeBuscher.
How you doing?
We got Devo up on the screen. Peter, what's going on?
Nothing much. How you doing?
Doing good, doing good. Great to have you. Thanks for being a part of this.
Nice to be here.
Absolutely. So we got Peter DeBuscher as one of our midfield captains, of course, hailing from one of the most storied programs, the Chaminade Flyers, and another successful season for Chaminade in terms of being another nationally ranked team, a team that's always a force to be reckoned with, playing a national schedule. So we got Debo up here as one of our midfield captains. So now as we continue to introduce our midfield captains, we want to bring in someone who hails from Shoreham-Wading River, a Wildcat who's soon going to be suiting up for Johns Hopkins, and that would be one Liam Gregoric. So Liam Gregoric, as we got him on the screen. Liam, what's going on, man? How's it going?
It's going good. How you doing?
Doing good. Thanks for being a part of this. And just congrats on really a tremendous high school career for Shoreham-Wading River. It's a phenomenal program. And I'm really just looking forward to seeing you take the game to the next level and suiting up at Hopkins.
Yeah, can't wait.
Absolutely. So we have 2 of our captains here at midfield. Now, what we also want to do is we also want to bring on another captain as well, which will be Nico Cottage from Smithtown West. Nico Cottage, a face-off specialist, but we'll get him involved here with the midfielders and helping pick the team. So we got Nico up on the screen here. Nico, how's it going here? Good to see you this evening.
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Also just want to congratulate you on just a tremendous high school career. One of the top face-off guys on the island for the last few years. And you'll be staying local, of course, going to Stony Brook. So good to have you sticking around on the island, and looking forward to also seeing what you do at the collegiate level for the Seawolves.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So we have one more captain that we would like to bring on here from the midfield. And this captain hails from the Huntington Blue Devils, and that would be Tommy Klein. Tommy Klein, the Loyola commit. So Tommy Klein, also another captain. So we're going to kind of have co-captains here, just going through the process of selecting the teams. And we got Tommy up here, someone who's just supremely gritty. He's a step down sniper. Got a chance to cover him a handful of times this season for the Huntington Blue Devils. So Tommy, how's it going here this evening? Good to have you up on the screen.
It's great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely glad to have all you guys on board here as captains for the All Long Island games. So what we're gonna do is we'll do a coin toss to kind of decide who picks first. And just so everyone knows, since we do have co-captains, just because it was kind of like mixed up, just based on the process of who we got doing in the games. What we're gonna do is we'll kind of pivot here just a little bit. I hope I'm not putting my my production team on the fly here. But what we'll do is we're gonna have Peter DeBuscher and we'll have Liam Gregoric. They will be selecting for the black team. So we'll have them as black captains. And then what we will do is we will have Tommy and we will have Nico. They will be selecting for the silver team. So that's what we'll do just to kind of make it balanced, just so that way we can have two guys apiece for the midfield. So that's what we'll do. So we'll have DeBuscher and we'll have Gregoric for the black team, and we'll have Cottage and we'll have Tommy Klein for the silver team. So what we'll do is we'll begin with the starters, and we'll flip a coin just to decide who gets either the first pick, or if that team that wins the coin toss would like to defer and have picks 2 and 3 back to back consecutively. So that's what we'll do, and we'll kind of just go through all the midfielders here, just to kind of make it balanced, and then we'll differentiate starters versus reserves after that, since a bunch of you guys, of course, will be starting. So that's how we'll do this process. So why don't we have what we'll do is we'll have Nico and we'll have Tommy Klein. They'll be the ones to decide the coin toss, whether it's heads or tails. So guys, what's it going to be?
I'm going tails.
All
right.
right. Tails it is.
All right, so you guys are going tails. All right, so I'll use my phone here to have Siri flip a coin. All right, hey Siri, flip a coin. Mm-hmm. It is heads. So it is heads. So that means that Liam and Peter, you guys get to decide if you guys want the first selection or if you guys want to make back-to-back picks consecutively of the middies that we have to choose from.
I'm thinking back to back.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so you guys go back to back. So that means that Nico and Tommy, you guys get first pick, and we'll start with the middies, and then we'll do Fogos afterwards. So we're starting with the middies. So who would you guys like to take with your first overall selection?
I mean, I don't know if it's up to Tommy. One really pops an eye. Danny O'Dell really pops an eye. He's a really good dodger, really good. He plays both ways, 2 ways, but that's my pick.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, so we're going to have Daniel O'Dell out of ESM as the first pick off the board for the midfielders, playing with Nico and Tommy. So he is the first midi selected. So now we transition to Peter and Liam. And so you guys get back-to-back picks now of the middies that you have to choose from. So after kind of surveying your options here, you guys can tell me who you'd like to pick with your first pick, and we'll have their graphic pop up, talk about them, and then we'll have you guys make your second pick. So who you guys going with first? Who you liking?
Well, I'm going to go with Alex Kirschus. I've been playing with him forever. You know, I had a fantastic season, so, you know, he can't go wrong. So what do you think, Peter?
I like it.
Nice. So Alex Kirschus, the first midi off the board for Gregoric and DeBuscher. And of course, like you said, Liam, someone that you've played with, someone that you know extremely well. So was that kind of like a home run pick, you think, for you, going with one of your guys?
Yeah, definitely, for sure, just to get one more game with them before we go off.
Nice. I'm all for it. I'm so here for that. So now you guys get back-to-back picks. So who's going to be your second consecutive pick at midfield?
I like Aiden Constein. I played growing up with him in Garden City and then played Express with him throughout my younger years. So I think he's a good two-way player. He's got a fast shot. I like him.
All right, so Aiden Considine, the next guy off the board for DeBuscher and Gregoric. And of course, like you said, Pete, someone that you know well, being from the same community, and again, just getting a chance to kind of suit up with someone that you know, someone that you have familiarity with. So I definitely like the pick, like the thought process there. So now what we'll do is we'll now just alternate for the remaining middies that we have, and definitely still plenty on the board here. But you guys can kind of just alternate picks now. So what we'll do is now we'll just go back to Nico and Tommy, and we'll have them make their next pick, and we'll just alternate from there.
Yeah, I was thinking Callan McLaughlin. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
Yeah. Also, if you
Yeah, I
scroll,
mean-
that was my pick too. Yeah, we can go with him.
Yeah, I played against him like 3 years in a row. He's always, messing us up. So it'll be fun to play with him.
Yeah. Took a good shot. Yeah, I like that pick. Good pick.
Yeah, Callum McLaughlin, the Ward Melville Patriot. Someone like you said, Tommy, that I'm sure you had multiple battles with on the high school circuit, both hailing from Suffolk Class A, and McLaughlin. Definitely a great pickup for Harvard, and definitely looking forward to seeing what he'll be doing at the collegiate level. But of course, he still has another year playing for Ward Melville. But I like the thought process, Tommy. I like it. Getting a chance to play with someone now as a teammate for once. So what we'll do also, just to kind of keep it even, since we had Gregoric and DeBuscher make back-to-back picks, we'll now let you guys make a second straight pick, just to even it out, and then we'll keep it consistent with just the alternating of picks. So you guys will get another pick here from the midi pool.
All right. I was looking. I was scrolling down a little bit. Where is he? Oh, David Disquit from Syosset.
Yeah, David Disqui. Okay, Disqui, the Johns Hopkins commit, and that's someone. He's an absolute animal. I mean, I'm sure you guys know well. Just seeing his game, someone that, of course, you, Liam, going to Hopkins, someone that you'll be suiting up with eventually down there at Johns Hopkins. But Disqui, he's just an absolute menace. He can single-handedly take over games, which we've seen him do for Syosset. So David Disqui, he is off the board now. He'll be suiting up with both Cottage and Klein in the All Long Island games. So now we still got guys left to choose from. So now we'll alternate. We'll just do one pick at a time. So now it goes back to you, DeBuscher and Gregoric, for your next selection.
I'm thinking Jake Martini's kind of do it all midi. I played him in like the regular season and he just tore it up. So what do you think, Pete?
Love it.
Nice. Jake Martini, the Army commit. And that's someone who also had just a phenomenal career for Wantagh, brought them to the Long Island Championship game this season. So they were the Class C champions. So Wantagh, just a great season. And Jake Martini, a huge part of that. Just a do it all midi for sure. So he is now off the board now, playing with Gregoric and DeBuscher. So now we go back to you, Nico, and to Tommy for your next selection.
Nico, what are you thinking? Where'd he go?
Nico, you there? Oh no, I think we might have lost Nico. Not sure if he was having some technical issues. He might have cut out there. So I think Tommy, you might have to make this pick for him, and hopefully he likes it. Hopefully he's cool with it.
All right. Well, my next up was probably Logan Cash. I don't know, I've always been playing with him. I think he's a great player and offensive threat, so I think he'll fit in good.
All right, so Logan Cash, the Siena commit out of Northport. Again, Logan Cash, part of that Northport Tigers team that's always a perennial contender. So he is now off the board. So now we go back to you, Liam, and to Peter for your next selection.
Has Quinn Reynolds been drafted yet?
He has not been drafted yet.
Yeah, I'll take him. I played him in scrimmage in this spring, and he's a good two-way mid. He played well. He's one of the best players on their team. So
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
yeah,
Nice.
I've been playing with him 91 forever. So
Yeah. Yeah, you know Liam for sure. Definitely have familiarity. And Quinn Reynolds, I mean, that kid, he just does everything, and like he just doesn't back down. Like he's fearless. He's always, whether it's getting in the scrums for ground balls, he can clear the ball, like just flying up the field, and someone who we've seen just showing the versatility, someone who can also, you put a pole in his hands and he can do that too. So we got Quinn Reynolds now suiting up with Gregoric and DeBuscher. So now we go back to you, Tommy. I'm not sure if Nico is back in yet. Doesn't look like it. Hopefully we can get him back in here soon. But Tommy, goes back to you now.
Yeah, hopefully. I was just checking out the list. Was Dylan Rocio drafted?
No, he's still available. You can go with him.
I think I'm gonna take him.
All right, so we got Dylan Rocio, the Comswag Warrior, going to Marist. So Rocio coming from that just tough program of Comswag. They always have a number of tough guys playing under head coach Pete Mitchell. Those guys, they truly define the term warrior for sure. So we got Dylan Rocio off the board now. So looks like we have four more guys still on the board. So it goes back to Liam and Pete for their next pick.
I'm looking at Michael Anzalone.
I was gonna say that too.
All right, perfect.
Nice, guys on the same wavelength there. The Kellenberg Firebird, soon to be going to Navy. So he's going to be going with DeBuscher and Gregoric, playing midfield in the All Long Island games. So Anzalone coming out of Kellenberg, and looking forward to seeing him take his game to the next level after getting a chance to cover him during the high school season. So now we go back over to you, Tommy, as Nico still. Oh, looks like Nico. Are you there?
I'm died like.
Oh, your phone died. Okay. Yeah. All good. We're still going through it here. So there's still three guys available to select for midfield. So who would you guys like to take next?
Tommy, it's all you. What do you want?
Trying to see who hasn't been drafted yet.
So
Charles,
Do you have the
Spencer,
names
Owen.
so I could
Charles,
or
Spencer,
no?
Nolan.
Yeah, we have Charles Corwin, Spencer Simbler, and Owen Heller.
All right. Nico, I'm thinking Owen.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We go Owen, yeah.
All right, Owen Heller out of Nepham, the UMass commit. Heller now being selected here by Cottage and Klein. So we got Owen Heller now taken off the board. So we got two more picks left, Spencer Simbler and Charles Corwin. So it's back to Peter and Liam for their final selection.
I'm kind of stuck here. Haven't played either, I don't think.
I don't think I have either. It's up to you, Pete.
Let's go Spencer Simbler.
All right, Pete keeping it in Nassau. Going with a fellow Nassau guy. Simbler out of Roslyn, going to Muhlenberg. So we got Spencer Simbler now selected for the midfield by DeBuscher and Gregoric. So we got one guy left. So Nico and Tommy, if one of you would just say this young gentleman's name here, so we can give him some love. Who we got left?
Charles Corwin.
All right, so Charles Corwin off the board now. Corwin, hailing from East Hampton, and going to be suiting up in the All Long Island games with Cottage and Klein. So we got Corwin selected now, and that's actually going to wrap up. All of our midfielders have been selected. So we're going to keep you guys on as we have the Fogos. So the Fogos, it's short and sweet. You got two guys to choose from. So what we'll do is we'll have since who Who won the coin toss?
Liam and
Yeah. So you guys,
Yeah,
you guys,
we did.
right. So we'll have Nico and Tommy. They can pick the Fogo that they would like to play with. So Nico, would you want to make this pick?
yeah, I'll make it.
guy?
I'll go with Jack Cooper.
Jack Cooper out of East Hampton, the Providence commit. So we got Cooper. That could be a lethal tandem right there between you, Nico, and Jack Cooper at the Face-Off X. And Jack Cooper got a chance to cover South Fork in the playoffs, and unfortunately he was injured in their playoff game. I know it had to be killing him not to be out there, but Jack Cooper, he's off to Providence to take his game to the next level, and he'll be playing in the All Long Island games with Nico and with Tommy and the rest of the midfield crew. So that means we have one Fogo still on the board. So Liam or Pete, if you guys would mind just reading his name, please.
It's Luca Cuzo, right?
Yep. Yeah, we got Luca Cuozo out of Huntington, the UMass commit. So Cuozo, a recent transfer to Huntington as well, just played his first high school season with the Blue Devils, a team that's always in contention to be a playoff team in Suffolk Class A. So we got Luca now off the board to wrap up our Fogos. So we have all of our Fogos and our midfielders selected for the silver and the black team for the All Long Island games for the 24-25 committed game. So just want to thank you guys for taking part in this. And what we'll do is we'll have you guys go back into the waiting room, and we'll bring in our defensive guys and our goalkeepers. And then once it's all done, then we'll bring you back on just to wrap up the draft. But thanks, guys.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Rob, thank you for having me.
No problem. We'll talk to you guys in a bit. So now next, we're going to have our defensive guys coming on here. So we're going to introduce our two defensive captains. And what we could do there is we'll do a coin toss as well. And then after that, we'll go through the process of drafting the D guys. So first, we'd like to welcome in a St. Anthony's Friar who is committed to Army West Point. And that would be Michael Kelton in the 2025 class. We got Mike on the screen. Mike, how's it going here this evening?
Going good. I'm ready.
Awesome. Glad to have you, man. Thanks for being a part of this. So we got Kelton as one defensive captain. Now our other defensive captain, someone I'm sure you know very well, Mike, teammate of yours at St. Anthony's, and that would be Tommy Snyder. Tommy Snyder in the 2024 class. He is committed to UVA, and both you, Mike, and Tommy, part of that vaunted St. Anne's defense. Oh, there's Tommy. Tommy, how's it going this evening, man? Good to have you.
I'm ready to outdraft the young buck.
Oh, I like the smack talk. I like it. I like it. So we got the senior Tommy Snyder. We got the junior Michael Kelton, and we're gonna get underway here with the draft process. So what we'll do is we'll flip a coin here to decide who gets either first pick or who picks consecutively back to back if the winner would like to defer. So why don't we, since we had Tommy coming on here second, why don't we have you, Tommy, call it, whether it's heads or tails, and I'll use my phone just to select to do the coin toss. So what'll it be, heads or tails?
Tails.
All right, so let's see here. Hey Siri, coin.
Yes.
It is tails. Not sure if you can see, but it is tails. So Tommy, you get to decide. Would you like to pick first overall, or would you like to defer to Mike and then get back-to-back selections?
I'm gonna go first. I have a guy I want.
Oh, nice. Okay, nice. You don't want to risk losing your guy. All right. So Tommy, you get to go first. So who's going to be your guy that you'll be picking first overall?
I'm taking Jake Anzalone.
Jake Anzalone, out of Seaford, going to Navy. He is the first one off the board, playing with Tommy Snyder and that defense. And that is just going to be an unbelievable combination. But Tommy, just kind of talk about why was Jake your guy? Like, why was that your go-to guy? Is this someone you know well, someone you're close to?
Just a guy I've played against for a while, and last All Long Island game, I think he scored like 3 goals. So he's a threat all over the field.
Nice. Going back to last year, and then kind of remembering what he did. So now that's someone that you want as a teammate doing that for your guys. I like it. Nice. So Anzalone, the first selection by Tommy Snyder. So now, Michael, we go to you, and you get back-to-back picks now. So we'll have you make one pick first. We'll have the graphic come up and talk about it, and then we'll have you make your next pick after that.
That was definitely a good pick. He took my pick there. I'm gonna go with William Cawley.
Will Cawley out of Syosset, going to Lehigh. I like the selection there. Will Cawley. That's someone who he's just an absolute beast. He's an elite clearer of the ball. Someone that he actually has very good stick skills as well. Someone who's not afraid to shoot the rock and potentially light it up with some pole goals. So we got Will Cawley first off the board for Mike Kelton. And so, Mike, you once again get another selection here. So who are you going to be taking with your next pick?
I'm going to go with Aiden McMinn.
Aiden McMinn, the Ward Melville Patriot, heading off to Binghamton. So McMinn coming from another storied program in Ward Melville, a huge part of that Patriots defense that's typically always super tough to score on. McMinn, another guy too. He's definitely not afraid to let it fly and try to get a pole goal here and there. So we got Aiden McMinn now off the board as well, teaming up with Mike Kelton. So we got a few guys left now still on the board. So it looks like we still have four remaining picks. So now what we can do is we can go back to you, Tommy, and since we still got four guys, we can have you make back-to-back picks, and then we'll just alternate with the last two guys. So Tommy, you're up now, and you can make your next selection.
Next, I'm going to take Thomas Selesky. Is that how you say it?
So yeah, Thomas Selesky up out of Long Beach. So we got Selesky. He'll also be part of your starting lineup. So Selesky, he's staying local. He's going to Stony Brook University. Selesky hailing from Long Beach, and looking forward to seeing him staying here on the island, playing at SBU. So we got Selesky now off the board. And so now, Tommy, we'll have you make another pick here with the guys that we still have remaining.
I'm going to go with Luke Castillo.
All right, Luke Castillo out of East Hampton, committed to Salve Regina. So we got another Suffolk guy now who's off the board, going to Team Snyder here, part of that defense, and Castillo, part of that South Fork team that was a playoff team this year. So congrats to South Fork and their regular season success getting into the postseason. So Castillo now off the board. So we got two guys left. So we'll have you, Mike Kelton. We'll have you make your pick, and then we'll announce our last guy by Tommy. So Mike, who are you taking next?
I'm going to go with Tyler Strom.
Tyler Strom out of Comswag, committed to Siena. So we got Strom, Comswag Warrior. Again, just exemplifies that Warrior toughness, that Warrior grit, coached by Pete Mitchell. And Comswag, again, just another one of those tough, hard-nosed programs. And Tyler Strom, a part of that Comswag team that always finds themselves in the postseason. So we got Tyler Strom off the board now. So we got one guy left. So Tommy, if you don't mind, just reading his name, please, and we'll give him some love and get his graphic up here.
Hopefully I don't mispronounce it, but Sam Myung.
All right, so we got Sam Myung. Yep, got that one. So we got Myung as our final selection. Myung out of Kings Park, and he's going to SUNY Geneseo. So Myung got a chance to cover him in KP a few times this season, another team that had great regular season success getting into the playoffs. So congrats to Sam and the boys from KP on a really good season. And he's our last defenseman off the board now. So just want to thank you guys for being part of this and making the selections for the 24-25 defense. So what we're going to do is we'll have you guys go back into the waiting room, and then we'll have our goalies come on, and then we'll bring you all back on afterwards just to wrap it up.
Sounds
Thanks
good.
for having me.
No problem. Thanks, guys. All right, so we wrapped up our defense/LSM selections for the All Long Island Games 24-25 draft. So now we just got to get to the goalies. Last but not least, we're going to have our goalies coming up here. And so we have our goalie captain. So we do have co-captains for goalie. And so really there's one goalie to select. But we just want to introduce all of our goalie captains and just kind of talk about them and just get them up here. So we're going to start with our first goalie captain, and he hails from Comswag, part of that Warriors team. And this would be Adam Wachholder, the Marist commit. So Adam, just wrapping up as we got Adam on the screen here. Adam, how's it going here this evening?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for being a part of this. It's really
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Just want to first say, like, Adam, you've had a phenomenal high school career. I remember first getting a chance to cover you going back 2 years ago when you were a sophomore, and really left in awe as you were a starter on that Comswag team that went to the Long Island championship game. So just want to really first congratulate you on a great high school career, and looking forward to seeing you and what you do up in Marist.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So we want to welcome one of our other captains in goal. So that would be our next captain, who hails from Garden City, New York, another storied program on the island. He's a 2-time state champ, and that would be Dennis Fargione, the senior, committed to Villanova.
How's it going?
Oh, there's Dennis. Dennis, how's it going, man? How are we doing?
Yeah, pretty good.
Great
so far.
Great to have you on, man. Again, just like similar sentiment of like I said to Adam. I just want to congratulate you on a great high school career for Garden City. It's really been great getting a chance to cover you over the last few years. And of course, you were part of a team that won back-to-back state championships. So something that is definitely unforgettable for a program like GC. And hope that you really have just so much tremendous success at Villanova.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So we have 2 of our captains here. Now, we do not have our other captain this evening, unfortunately, our co-captain for the silver team, but we do want to introduce him and just have his graphic up here just so everyone knows this next captain, and that would be Richie Metzger out of Cary. So Richie Metzger, he is in the 2025 class, and he is also a Marist commit. So this is someone that you, Adam, you'll be a teammate with in the not too distant future. But Metzger, he just comes off of a season where Cary, they made it to the Class B. They made it to the Class B semifinal game in Nassau County, the Cary Seahawks, and Metzger, he still has another year left here playing for Cary. So looking forward to seeing him in his upcoming senior season next year. So shout out to Richie Metzger, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight. So we have Metzger and we have Fargione as co-captains for the silver team. We have you, Adam, as the captain for the black team. So really, because we have our goalies, we have our 2 goalies for the silver team already, being Farge and Metzger. We have one goalie that will be joining you, Adam, on your team. So I'm not sure if do you have the Google Sheet up and loaded in front of you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so awesome. So would you mind just reading this gentleman's name that you will be playing with in goal for the All Long Island games?
Jaden Galfano.
Jaden Galfano, yes, the Shoreham Wading River Wildcat, soon to be heading to Fairfield as he is in the class of 2024. So Jaden Galfano, he will be teamed up with you, Adam, splitting time in the pipes for the All Long Island games. So Jaden, he's someone who he's really just been super steady for Shoreham, a team that's a perennial contender and always in the mix, of course. They had another season where they were in the county final game in Class C. But Jaden, he's been a starter now for the Wildcats for the last 3 years. And it's been a pleasure also watching him play as well, especially in big games, really coming up big time. Especially I remember vividly last year in the county championship game for Shoreham Wading River. So we'll have Jaden Galfano and Adam Wachholder as 2 goalies on one side. We'll have Richie Metzger and we'll have Dennis Fargione as our other 2 goaltenders. So I just want to thank you guys for being captains and accepting the honor. And I'm really just glad that we're able to have you guys on the draft here. Okay, so as we continue with the All Long Island draft, now we're going to be presenting the rosters for the younger age groups. So that would be the classes of 2027 down to the classes of 2030. So we'll be presenting both the black and the silver team for those age groups. And we're going to start with the class of 2027, the rising sophomores, who many of which they'll be shooting to make varsity for the first time coming up next spring at their respective high schools. Coming up next, we're presenting the class of 2028, as these young guns are taking that jump from middle school to high school, where they'll be looking to take that next step, suiting up for their high school programs for the first time for many of them, as they'll be taking their game to that JV level for their respective high schools. Now we present the class of 2029, as these rising 8th graders are ready to burst onto the scene starting this summer with their last summer of middle school ball, as they get set to enter their final chapter of junior high school. And last but certainly not least, we have our youngest age group, the class of 2030, as these rising 7th graders are going to be making a ton of noise this summer, leading into what will be their first year of middle school lax next spring for their respective junior high schools. So guys, first of all, I just want to thank you all for, again, just accepting the honor of being a captain for the All Long Island games. It's just something that we're really excited for you guys. Just one kind of last final hurrah in your high school careers for the 24s and the 25s as well, that they'll be entering their senior season next year. But I just want to thank you guys for accepting the honor of being captains, and it's really been a pleasure just getting a chance to cover you guys for your respective teams, whether that's during the high school season, during the winter league, seeing some of you guys also on the club circuit as well. So I first just want to thank all you guys for taking the time to be part of the draft, and also just want to say as well that at the conclusion of the 24-25 game on June 19th, we'll be announcing our Pominock Award winner, which is awarded to the best or the most outstanding player in the senior class. So we'll be giving that award out as well. So definitely stay tuned for that. But again, just can't thank you guys enough for being part of the draft process. And it's been a pleasure covering you guys, and looking forward to seeing you guys at the All Long Island games on June 19th. And just want to conclude just by thanking our sponsors, Gate, Chick-fil-A, Heatherwood Communities, East Fitness LI, and just want to appreciate and thank our partners for production, LI Sports Network, for helping us put together this broadcast. So definitely a big shout out and a big thank you to LI Sports Network.